Hi, this is Elise, and it's Friday, November 10th. Episode 4 of the Because of Horses podcast launched this morning, and my guest this week is Anna Seitz. Anna was born to a thoroughbred racing family deep in the heart of the bluegrass region of Kentucky and has spent her life ever since working in one facet or another of thoroughbred racing. She's mucked stalls, she's pulled all-nighters, she's driven cross-country, she's worked for amazing trainers like the legendary Todd Pletcher, and for the last 6 or 7 years, she's worked for Fasig-Tipton. Fasig-Tipton is the oldest auction house in North America, and the likes of Man o' War, Seattle Slew, Danzig, Raise the Flag, and many, many others whose names even folks who don't really follow thoroughbred racing have undoubtedly heard. Fasig-Tipton has handled over the years, and they've been in operation since the 1800s. So that's a lot of incredible thoroughbred racehorses. I loved talking with Anna for so many different reasons, not the least of which was just the delightful stories that she told about working within thoroughbred racing, the human aspect of it, the individual personalities of the horses, and what it takes to train a runner and hopefully to have a winner. But there are absolutely no guarantees of that. And she speaks to that and the degree to which your heart becomes invested in each and every one of these horses. So it's not just a business. There's very much heart, a lot of passion, a lot of dreams on every one of those horses running, and on the foals that many of them ultimately produce, especially the fillies, the mares. We spoke a great deal about, is it fillies or is it colts? Which ones do you prefer? I won't spoil it because hopefully you'll enjoy the podcast. The other fascinating thing in talking with Anna was the degree of enthusiasm and genuine excitement that she has in sharing thoroughbred racing with the general public, folks who might be intrigued by it but never really considered owning a thoroughbred runner themselves. Anna, through a number of different syndicates as well as one-on-one ownership, spends a great deal of her time in making thoroughbred racing accessible to the general public. She has a number of syndicates, including one that I was particularly curious about, which is called It's All About the Girls, which is a women's thoroughbred racing syndicate. They've got members from over 7 different countries. And again, some of the stories that she told about their experiences were very entertaining. She also is about to launch Thoroughbred Women's Network, TWN. And this is an organization that's intended to help women who are interested in becoming involved from a career perspective, a professional perspective, in thoroughbred racing. And she talked a good bit about that and some of what's involved with TWN from a mentoring and support perspective, especially. So I hope you will give episode 4 a listen. I hope you enjoy it half as much as I did. Giving you a quick insight into next week's episode 5, my guests are Don and Kiki Teague. Wonderful couple, hilarious conversation that we had. I always enjoy talking with them. Don is a former CBS and NBC News correspondent. He covered Iraq during the war, and he also covered New Orleans in the aftermath of Katrina. He, as a result of his phenomenal coverage, received far too many awards to mention them now, and I swear it took me quite a long time to introduce him in the podcast. So that'll be next week. Kiki is a phenomenal horsewoman. She told so many funny stories about the horses that they've had in their lives. She's worked with rescues. She has even worked volunteered, I should say, on a sheriff's horse rescue team, search and rescue team. She even ran a tack shop. She is also a very accomplished actress and producer, and talking with the two of them in their new endeavors was terrific fun. So stay tuned for next week's episode 5, more next Friday. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy episode 4. It can be found, as can all of the other episodes, on iTunes, Google Play, Android, TuneIn, Stitcher, PlayerFM, and pretty much everywhere that podcasts are offered. as well as on my website, www.becauseofhorses.com. Thanks and have a great week.